So Kirby's Epic Yarn is the brand new 2D platformer in the Kirby series. This one is perfect for all ages. You could be just brand new to video games or have played for a really long time and you will find something to enjoy with this. So one of the great things about Kirby's Epic Yarn is the extremely simplistic gameplay. It's so non-stressful and so relaxing when you're playing through it. It doesn't try and tax you with overly difficult jumping puzzles or anything like that. Basically the main part of this game is you are trying to get from the beginning of that level to the end of that level and just collect as many beads as you can while enjoying yourself and the crazy visualistic style that's going on with it. You're not worried about dying or extra lives or anything like that. It's cute and it's fun. It's just purely enjoyable. It makes you smile. So another great feature about Kirby's Epic Yarn is the tons of stuff to do. I mean, you've got the main quest storyline, which will take you 8 worlds alone, with boss encounters and all the like. But each one of those individual 8 worlds, you can go back and collect stuff to populate Kirby's apartment that you get in the game with. And some of this stuff is not easy to find, and that's kind of where the challenge of this game comes in, and how it makes the replayability just go sky high. Now, it's weird that you'd be saying this is a pro to a Wii game, but the graphical style for this game is amazing. Since the Wii doesn't have the HD capabilities of an Xbox 360 or PS3, they have to go unique and creative, and Kirby's Epic Yarn brings that in spades. Whether it's tearing apart bad guys that look like they're yarn, to walking across these back of these levels that they just look like everything's made of yarn. There's sections of it where you're undoing zippers like if it would be on top of a yarn sweater, or sections of it that are even burnt. And when they burn like real yarn would. It's so crazy cool. Another way this is cool is this game takes advantage of the standard signal that the Wii puts out to your TV. That standard signal adds that proper amount of fuzz to it to make that game look that much better. So, one of the main sticking points that you might find as some of the more hardcore gamer audience is you can't die in this game. A lot of people think that's cool for the casuals and it makes it a more enjoyable experience. But if you're looking for more of a challenge and for more of that Mega Man style jumping puzzles, this might not be up your alley. I mean, it's still crazy cute and still great fun, but there's no death in it. You can walk into enemies and bump backwards, you can fall through pits and still just pop right back up 5 feet away from where you started. This does kind of negate the challenge of the entire game. Another big con to this game is the co-op. That's not being said that the co-op is bad, it's just the co-op is highly dependent on who you're playing with. So if you're playing with a buddy of yours who kind of wants to mess over your game as you're playing through it, he can constantly be throwing you off cliffs. There's not really much in the way to make this stop, it's just again the whole griefing thing that comes into play. You could be playing with somebody who's actually amazing and it'll go really well for you, but it's all dependent on that player on the other side of you. Now, the nice thing about this is the co-op is localized, so you kind of are next to the person who's sitting there with you the entire time. So if you are having problems with them, you don't have to worry about being like, oh my god, it's somebody on the internet destroying me over and over and over. You can look at them and be like, so, what's up?
Kirby, always happy to help, decided to help his friend recover the missing pieces.
Another reason about this is the levels are kind of designed for one player. I mean, there are certain things you can find with 2 of them, but having to get through that entire level with 2 people jogging through it can be a little difficult at times. It just gets overcrowded with what's all going on the screen, and there are kind of some unnecessary put-downs. So the final con for Kirby's Epic Yarn would kind of have to be the sound. It's not that it's bad necessarily, it's just there's so little of it, and most of it's kind of generic piano tunes that keep playing over and over and over until you finally just want to either turn off the TV volume or just go insane from it all. That being compounded with the sound effects that are in the game. It's mostly kind of toy boxy sounds that occur every once or twice, and again, there's not a whole lot of them there. It gets boring fast. I mean, it will literally put you to sleep. Kirby's voice in this game can also kind of be a problem. It's super annoying, and I'm not sure if maybe it's just us on this end who are playing around with it, but it doesn't sound very good at all. It's kind of like somebody screaming into a microphone being like, yeah! over and over and over again. It's just repetitious and not fun at all. So if you're a casual gamer or somebody who is not huge into video games, we're definitely giving this one a huge thumbs up for you. You kind of need to get out there and try this at least, just to see the art style alone and to enjoy yourself when you're playing a video game. That being said, if you've been playing games for a little bit longer and are more of the hardcore audience, we're kind of going to have to give this one a meh for you. It's enjoyable altogether, but it may not be your difficulty level, or you may just find that you snooze your way through the entire thing and don't really enjoy it as much.